Hi, I'm Rebecca, and you are choosing health. The holidays are going to be here before you know it. And what better way to have a successful holiday season than to be prepared so that you don't have weight gain and stress? A few simple things that you can do to make this year a bit easier for yourself is to, if you're going to be cooking the meal at your home, decide your menu ahead of time and keep it simple. Make one protein item, a couple veggie dishes, and maybe something for dessert, and a big salad. But so many people, when it's the holiday season or if they're having someone over for dinner, they decide to make 10 different dishes. Not only is it time consuming and expensive, but there's no way that you can eat even a small amount of each of the things that you make without overeating. So keep it simple. Set your menu ahead of time and stick to it. If you're going to someone's house, call ahead of time and find out what they're serving, and if you need to, bring something that's healthy so that you can contribute to the meal. Another thing that you can do is to go crustless with desserts. Thanksgiving is prime time for pie, so the crust typically adds a lot of unnecessary starches and sugars to your meal, and that can lead to weight gain. Also, a lot of people have gluten intolerance, and that can lead to a number of issues with your immune system and also affect your weight negatively. So go crustless. Make some baked apples or saute some apples in butter and cinnamon. Make some fresh whipped cream, throw some nuts on top. You've got a delicious dessert. You can also do pumpkin custard as opposed to pumpkin pie, and that's a really delicious dessert. I wanted to show you a visual of how here's one example of how your plate should look. I think that depending on what your metabolic type is or what food combinations you do best with, you want to decide ahead of time how much protein, how much fat, and how much carbohydrate you're going to have at that meal. And so what you can do is visualize your plate. I actually just did a Sharpie demonstration for you guys, but this is a combination that works really well for me, and that's not to say that that's going to work well for you, but I do really well with a lot of fat, pretty significant amount of protein, and not a lot of carbohydrate. So depending on you, you're going to want to either write on a plate for yourself and set your food appropriately onto that plate, or just visualize, I want about this much from protein, this much from carb, and this much from fat. And that way you won't be as tempted to just load up on the wrong macronutrient for your body chemistry. Let's see, I gotta check my notes here. What else did I want to tell you guys? Well, I think that's it. Actually, if you need any recipe ideas, I do have some really good ones in my book, Choosing Health. In the back section, there are a number of really delicious recipes. One of my favorites that I do for my own Thanksgiving is I do a ham, and I saute baby carrots in a little bit of ghee, which is clarified butter, and then dash some cinnamon on that. It's delicious. It's also a lot healthier than candied yams. And then I also do a green bean dish. In my book, in the back, it's in the recipe section, it's called the green bean almond delight, excuse me. And that's really good. You saute some green beans in olive oil, and you can put garlic into it if you want, or you can just put some slivered almonds into the mix, and it's delicious. And very, very simple. It doesn't take a lot of time to prepare that meal with the ham. So that gives you an example of what your holiday meal can look like. It's going to be delicious, and it doesn't have to be super time consuming. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful, healthy holiday.